Hi everyone, this is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to be featuring this Too Faced Peanut Butter and Honey eyeshadow palette. So this little baby, I'm not sure if you can find it on Amazon, but I have not been able to find it anywhere except for Ulta in the States. And now on the Too Faced website, this one is no longer there, but there is a peanut butter and jelly palette, which is really cool. So this is what it looks like inside, and I think this is like the crazy color out of this palette, but it represents the honey. We're going to start with primer. I've already moisturized. So to prime today, I am going to use the Magic Lumi, and it's going to be more of a dewy look, I think. I'm using the Peach Perfect Comfort Foundation, so we might not get that much luminosity out of the look. The fun part of putting makeup on is you can play around with the different looks and see what they do. So I just want to make a little note here that going forward, when I do my makeup videos, unless it's requested, like in the comments or something like that, or unless the video was specific, like how to do like properly apply mascara or how to do eyebrows or like how to specifically do one thing, I'm actually just going to skip, like I'll tell you what products I'm using, I'll tell you what I'm using for like the tool, but I won't actually show all the steps. Like I'll just skip through the foundation application, the concealer, and the brows and the mascara, because those are the things that seem to take the longest. And I think the really cool part is how to apply like the shadow and like where I apply it and what colors I use. Okay, so priming is done, and we're going to move on to foundation. So I'm going to use the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation in the shade Warm Beige today, and I will use my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and just put a couple of pumps on there. I'm not looking for a crazy full coverage look. I think we'll just have like a medium coverage look today. And when I put this in, I will go off camera and then I will get back and show you what we are using for concealer. Okay, so that is all blended in. And when I first put this on, I didn't realize actually how dark the foundation was. I really need a tan, but now that it's blended out, it looks pretty good. So I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer in the shade 340 Fawn. So this is a really light, almost like a pink shade. So I'm going to just see what it looks like when I blend it out. It might be too pink for my skin. Definitely very bright. Whoa. So what I might do, instead of just putting that on as the only concealer, I'm just going to use like a darker concealer and put some more underneath my eyes because that is really bright. Holy smokes. So the other colors I actually have, I have two other colors in this concealer. One of them is Eggshell, so it's more of like a neutral tone, but it's even lighter than this one. This is just like kind of pink. And this is the 325. And then the darker one is Cashmere 360. So I think I'll add the Cashmere under the eyes. Like maybe it's just really light for this foundation, like the foundation that I used, and it's like a really, really deep contrast. Okay. So I'm going to blend this out and we will come back to the camera once again. All right, so blending out the concealer is done and you can see that it looks very bright. I probably have too much on my chin, so I can just go back with the flat end of my sponge and blend it out a little bit. Yeah, it looks very bright. But that's okay because the foundation was pretty dark. So I'm just going to set it using my Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder. The one that tastes like candy and smells like delicious peaches. And I think I will use my F06 Powder Sweet Brush by Sigma. Tap out my creases quick before I apply the powder. And when I apply this powder, I'm just going to kind of look up. There we go. And then I'll just kind of go back in with my large powder brush, my F20, and set the rest of my face. Not that you should ever eat your makeup, but that stuff tastes so good. Oh, that's so weird. That would actually be kind of scary. I never really thought about this before because my son is 5 now, so it's not like he gets into my makeup. But if you do have younger kids, make sure that they're not around your makeup. I think I did that to my mom once when I was like a kid. I might have been like my son's age, but because I was a girl, I was so into playing with makeup, and I kind of got into her lipstick. And I might have put it all over the wallpaper in the bathroom. And also on the stove. But you can wipe the stove pretty clean. Just the wallpaper didn't survive. Okay. So that is done. I don't really, like right now, you can't really see because I'm kind of far away. But the way that the powder applies with this foundation, or maybe even the concealer too, I don't really like the way it applied underneath my eye. But I guess that's what I get for mixing those two. So I'm just going to kind of gently sweep a little bit underneath there. Yeah, it's not the best look. It's a little drying under the eye, but that's why you might not want to set your under eye with that powder. You might just want to do the rest of your face and pick a different powder that's a little less drying. Okay, we'll quickly do contour and then I'll go off camera and do brows. So I'm going to use my F40, my large angled contour brush for my bronzing. And just my cheeks like I usually do. We'll do a light contour today. Nothing too drastic, nothing too dark. Just a nice blended look. Add a little bit on the nose. Underneath the lip, the temples. You can tell like this is very, very quick. I'm not really going like super precise, or I'm not spending a lot of time on the specific areas. And a little bit on the jaw. Okay, so as soon as I'm done this step, I will go off camera, we'll do brows, and hopefully I actually get them even this time, because I notice a lot of times they're not perfectly even, and usually I'm not like hugely crazy about that. Like, it's as long as they look good, because no features on your face, no matter how perfect your face is and how symmetrical you may think it looks, there's something still not symmetrical. Don't let anybody tell you different. Okay, so forehead, the face looks a little bit warmer now because I've added the contouring color. And not so pale, not so white. Okay, we will be right back in a jiffy. Okay, we're back. Brows are done. They look a little larger than normal today, but not super precise. And then I realized I completely forgot to tell you guys what I used for my brows. So as usual, Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Chocolate today. And then this little mini Anastasia Clear Brow Gel because I ran out of my first large tube and I haven't opened my other one yet. I just use this one for traveling because it's a little bit smaller. So I'm going to blush my face with this Tartelette Tarte Blush Book. And I haven't even decided what colors we're going to use, But I think we're going to use the, I have not even a clue what that says. This shade down here and this one, Secret Crush. It looks like L.Y.L.A.S, so Lilas, but I don't know what that means. Anyway, we're using the F10 blush powder brush, and I'm just kind of going to pop the brush in both those colors at the same time, tap off the brush, smile, and it kind of gives your cheeks a pinky tone. And I think that's it because we don't want too pink of a look today. Just a light flush on the cheeks. Go in. Okay, and so now we're going to go in and highlight right away. And I'm going to use this Tarte Skin Twinkle Lighting Palette. This is volume 1. Okay, so this is what it looks like inside. Sorry for the reflection there. And I'm going to try using this one here. And I've tried the volume 2, and I think I actually like that a bit better. This one is almost too sparkly, and the reviews weren't great on this product, but I got it because it was on sale. So, you know me and sale products. I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on the chin, and then we're going to keep it for the inner corners because we might add some to the inner corners once we're done our eye look. So let's start by applying a base all over the lid. Sorry for the rifling through of brushes. I'm just going to apply. Okay, so we're going to start using the Large Fluff E50 brush and the Sweet as Honey and just put all over the lid. This looks like it has a little bit of sparkle in it, but when I put it on, it looks like a matte shade. So it's just a bone colored shade, and then this will help set down the lid and make sure any further shadows don't skip. So I'm going to go in with my E40 tapered blending brush like usual, and I'm going to apply peanut butter in the crease. And these pans are very, very small. Just for reference, the palette is about $40 or $39, so compared to some other palettes that you can get, the shadow pans are very tiny in here. But I mean, it's also $20 cheaper compared to some of the other ones that you can get as well. Okay, so that is our transition. Again, not being super precise here. And I'm going to use the clean side of my E25 blending brush. And I think I want to try going into that yellow shade and just see what it looks like. It probably won't match my look today, but I've been doing lots of neutral colored looks. And it's like, I know you guys are probably like, where's the date night looks? Come on. But just haven't been feeling it lately. So, but I do have one planned soon. I'm going to do like a really crazy, I think I'm going to do purple or like hot pink electric eye. I think that would be so cool. And I've seen that a lot on advertisements and stuff. So I'm going to try that out and see. Okay, so there is the shade called Honey Buns all over the lid. And I don't think I want to go and add really any more colors, except maybe we're going to add this Going Nuts. It looks like a shimmer shade, but I'm going to add it for effect and make the outer corners a little bit darker and kind of bring it up into the crease and blend it in with my transition shade. So I am applying and I'm blending with the same brush. This is still the same E25 brush I used for the shade Honey Buns. Just kind of packing it on the outer corner and then bringing it up to the crease just a tiny bit. And I'm actually bringing it maybe 2/3, maybe almost halfway over my lid. And then I think what we'll do is take the initial E40 brush and just kind of blend it out a little bit, but not too much, because I kind of like that like dramatic change. I know usually I always blend, but this I kind of like the difference. Okay. Good. And now we're just going to add a little bit underneath the lower lash line. So I'm using this Firm Shader E57. I don't actually use this much, but it's kind of a small tapered brush, and that you can put it under the lower lash line, but it's not going to be a precise line. It's kind of like the smudge brush. And I'm just going to use this shade Feeling Nutty. So I haven't used this shade on the upper lid at all, but just for something different. So all the colors all over the lid are not the same. Just a tiny bit, just to kind of give the eye some definition. And I think that's it. So it's not like a crazy look at all, but something a little bit different. And it might be hard for you guys to find this palette anyway, so this, like, if you could find shades similar to this, that's a possibility. And for lips, I'm using a new product. Well, still Buxom lip gloss, the Full On Plumping Lip Gloss, but it's a new shade. This is Rebecca, and it's kind of like this champagne shade, and with like a lot of sparkles in it, and it looks really cool. So I'm just trying to open it. It's kind of a little hard to open. And I'm not lining today my lips, so I'm just going to apply this plumping lip gloss all over. And then we'll get off camera and then do mascara, and then we are done. And I think I'm going to use the Better Than Sex mascara today. Definitely sparkles. Okay, we will be right back. Hello, mascara done. So the more I wear this like shade of lip gloss, the more I'm liking it. Like, it looks really cool. It's very natural, but it's got a lot of sparkle, so if you're not into sparkle, I would not take this shade. But like the tingle on your lips, it feels so good. So before we end this video, I forgot to add my little sparkle palette, and I'm just going to add some on the inner corners to brighten the look. And you know what? At first, before, like when I was putting on the shadow, I was like, oh, that's just so boring and plain. But you know what? The more I have it on, the more I like it. Like, it just, you really won't know what a look looks like until you've completely like finished with all of the steps and all of your makeup. There we go. So it kind of looks like I've got, it kind of just looks gold, but it's like not shimmer at all. Like if I look at the palette, the only really shimmer colors, the Going Nuts up in this corner is like a satin shade. And then the really sparkly shade is the Bee's Knees, which we did not use today. And then there's sparkle in the Creamed Honey, but when you put it on, I couldn't tell that it had sparkle. So I would still use it as a matte shade. But yeah, I'm really liking this. And maybe it has something to do with the concealer I put on, because it really brightened my face too. But anyway, that is it for the finished look, you guys. Sorry there were lots of interruptions in this video because my son was having a problem with one of his games. So I'll try to edit it and just make it so some of those parts are skipped out. But yeah, I mean, for an everyday look, I think this is great. So, but I'm very excited to do a date night look again, and I'm going to do like a crazy flashy hot pink eye with like lashes and liner, and it's going to be so awesome. So very excited to do that for you. And that's it for this look. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments below. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and also hit the bell button to be notified every single time I post a video. And again, please subscribe if you haven't already done that. And we will see you guys again soon. Have a great day.